Well, good evening and welcome to AloveA.live. My name is Steve Burns and I am your host for tonight's Zoom. We have a great speaker on with us and I always love sharing his bio. His name is Cam McDaniel and he is our resident biotech specialist. Cam was a University of Notre Dame football captain who turned pro and played in the Canadian Football League, where he sustained a pretty traumatic injury. And in 2017, while working on his recovery, Cam came across a biofrequency therapy that really took him down the road of looking at specific currents for bioresonance. And he's been researching and studying biofrequency ever since then. Today, he is the head marketing representative for all BioRes Technologies, working directly with Dr. Thomas Wilson, who came up with this particular modality and this particular BioRes technology, which we have here exclusively at AloveA. And he's also working with Dr. Wilson on all existing BioRes projects, as well as future BioRes projects that we are developing here for AloveA. So Cam McDaniel, thank you so much for being on. Always appreciate you being here.
Steve, thank you. Always appreciate the welcome.
So Cam, we have some folks that want to share their experience with BioRes with everybody out there. And as they do that, maybe we can get some feedback. You and I will give a little feedback on what we're hearing from their stories. So first, I'm going to bring on Jonathan Berryhill, and he is going to share what BioRes has done for him. And then after he shares, we'll do a little explanation overview of BioRes for everybody that's brand new tuning in today. Jonathan, thank you for being here. He's got a...
Sorry about that. I had to buckle up. We are heading to a dinner. So yes, Steve, my background, I'm a biologist and a chemist. And so I own medical clinics, physician clinics, and we own a orthotic prosthetic manufacturing service industry as well. And so I've got on these products back the end of March, and I'd kind of plateaued. I'd lost about 30 pounds up until that point, and I just couldn't shake anymore. And so anyway, I got on the BioRes and literally changed that whole game. And so I'm careful what I put in my body. And so once I started putting that in my body, man, I'm down an extra 18 pounds and sleeping like a baby, and it's been amazing. And so very, very, very appreciative of the BioRes product. We love it. My wife and I love it. And it's just been a game changer for us.
Jonathan, what has that done for your wife as well? If you've got her permission to share her story, and she's probably the one driving.
She's down 10 pounds. She's lost a lot of inches. I think that's the goal is, we're not looking at poundage, we're looking at inches. If I can go from a 37, 38 pants down to a 34, I'll take that any day. And same with her. She's went down. I forgot, how many inches, baby? Quite a few, two pant sizes. And so, plus 10 pounds, and the energy and the sleep has been amazing. And of course, we take quite a few of the AloveA products. And that's what got us to the first stage. And then this has just really pushed us over the edge, and feeling great, and love every bit of BioRes.
Well, Jonathan, thank you for sharing, especially cutting the family time. We appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing with
absolutely
experience. So Cam, a little overview on this BioRes technology. Dr. Wilson has found a way to take frequencies, energy frequencies from plants that somehow work to have specific functions in the cells. Would you mind giving a little overview on that?
Yeah. So using natural energy structures from plants, herbs, and spices, we're able to structure water in a very unique way that ultimately is designed to help address the autonomic nervous system, which is two parts. Parasympathetic, which is rest and digest, and sympathetic, which is active, get going. And we're designed to be able to flow in and out of these states but sometimes we end up getting stuck, or oftentimes we end up getting stuck. And when we're stuck in one of those energy states, stuck, primarily we're getting stuck in sympathetic, which is because we're constantly on the go. But when we get stuck, that's been a contributing factor to a lot of the, especially on the weight loss side of things, contributing factor to just kind of hitting the wall, because that's really what I think we found with BioRes overall, is that this is that product that allows people to get through their plateau, or the place where they haven't been able to quite get past yet, and then bringing a foundation for their just natural flow of energy to be able to do everything that the body is naturally designed to do. So we're just supporting all of the body's natural energy systems. And with that, we're getting testimonies like Jonathan's.
So when Jonathan says he had lost 30 some odd pounds, but then was stuck there, that's that wall you're talking about. And then he was able to lose an additional 18 in the last 6 weeks. That's phenomenal. But the more phenomenal thing is, as he said, and I agree with him, he's a biochemist. He knows it's about inches more than pounds. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, when your body's energy systems are supported, you are able to support lean muscle mass in your body, which we all know the term, or the cliche term, that muscle weighs more than fat. So when you're ridding yourselves of stagnation, one of the things that you're going to notice more than anything, the scale, obviously some people are going to notice that right away, but to notice slimming up, trimming up, and just feeling lighter overall is kind of the goal. So to be able to feel light that's the thing that I would say makes this supplement so unique, is that you can try all these different techniques and diet harder and, be more disciplined here and there. And, but to get an actual supplement that can bring structure to your energy systems in a way that actually makes you feel just overall better, like your energy is being used in ways that's more productive. These have been the common themes that we just continue to hear. And so, and I'm loving hearing people talk about the inches rather than just the weight on the scale.
Well, and we have people that are thin and they say, I didn't really think I needed to lose any more weight. I did this primarily for energy and to make sure my metabolism was where it needed to be. But then they start talking about seeing their abs again and things like that. And that's a lot of what you're referring to, right? I mean, getting to a new level of feeling better.
Totally. Just being able to, accelerate past whatever that obstacle is that you feel like has been holding you back, or even you the capacity to find more self-discipline. That's another common theme that I think we're hearing on these calls, Steve, which has been so great. And I'm sure we'll hear more of that tonight if the theme just continues to prove my point. But the ability to say no when it's time to say no, and to kind of take ownership back of things that have been very difficult for people to let go of.
Great. So I've got a mother of 5 on with us here, and I'm going to promote her to panelist so she can share her story. And the youngest is less than a year old. So I'm anxious to hear her BioRes story. Shayna Navarro, please come on and share with everybody what has happened since you have been on BioRes. I know you lead a very active lifestyle. So Shayna, thanks for being on with us.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve and Cam. And I got started on the BioRes back at the end of March. And like Steve said, we have 5 daughters. I have birthed 4 of them. And our youngest was 3 months old whenever I first got started. And at that time, I was obviously dealing with some postpartum things that I had going on. And I had gotten almost to where I was before I had our daughter, but I had hit a plateau and my energy was terrible. My sleep was terrible. And I ended up getting on the BioRes Sleep and Thermo. And one thing I noticed right away was the first time that we went out to eat at a Mexican restaurant, I'm typically the one that is getting really full on the chips and the salsa and then still eating my plate of food. And I feel terrible after I leave the restaurant. But what I noticed with the BioRes was I had a few chips. I felt satisfied. I shared some fajitas with my husband, Joe, and I was completely fine. I was satisfied with what I ate. I left there feeling amazing. And so the first thing I noticed was my appetite control and my cravings were gone, because I'm also one that likes to grab the sweets. And so with that, I did end up losing 7 pounds. But just like what Cam and Steve said, I noticed places slimming down, especially my face. I could see the difference in pictures and what my face looked like. And what was great about the sleep was, obviously with a new baby, sleep is not amazing. So it wasn't about the amount of sleep I was getting, but it was the quality of sleep. In the past, I've never really taken a sleep product just because I wanted to make sure I could still get up with my babies in the middle of the night. But with the BioRes sleep, what I noticed is I was going to sleep and I was sleeping very well, but still able to wake up when our daughter Hannah was waking up. I would feed her and then be able to go back to bed. And so even though the hours of sleep was less, the kind of sleep that I was getting truly made a difference. And so for me, I love everything about the BioRes. I love the fact that my energy as a full busy mama has gone up. And so we're just so grateful for these products and what it's done for us.
Awesome.
Well, that's great. And thank you for sharing, Shayna. Now, there are a couple things there, Cam. She talked about the appetite control that you were talking about, but she talked about sleep and the importance of sleep, especially when it comes to hormones. Can you elaborate? Why is sleep important for people when it comes to hormones?
Yeah, like I said earlier, the place that we typically get stuck in with our nervous system or our autonomic nervous system is in that sympathetic state, which is the active state, the go state. And so a lot of you guys will hear terms like stuck in fight or flight, which most people in Western civilization are or have been at some point in our life. And when we are stuck in that state, even when we are resting, or what it seems like rest to us, is not actually the quality that we need in order to feel our best. And so hence, kind of the how there's really just in society, we're cranking the stimulants, cranking everything that we can to like press go constantly. And man, just being able to get to that place to where you feel like you have that energy and you don't have to go find it somewhere is just, yeah, it's a delight as they begin to experience that.
So we have a lot of people that take the BioRes sleep on a nightly basis, and they have these wearables, these trackers, Fitbit, and these different types of trackers that track their quality of sleep. And across the board, people are getting more of that REM sleep, that deeper sleep. Why is it important for people to get that deeper quality sleep?
Yeah, the REM sleep is extremely important because that is actually where you're getting your rest. So I love the fitness trackers and the ability to use the biometrics to show that our sleep product is doing what we say that it's doing. But yeah, guys, when you're getting real quality sleep, you're able to support and you're supporting your energy throughout the night. You're able to support it through the day even more.
Great. I'm going to bring Nikki on, and Nikki has shared with us before, but I'd love to get an update from her and find out exactly where she is. Nikki, thank you for being on. And if you wouldn't mind unmuting and telling everybody what's going on with you, that would be
great. Yeah. Can you see me?
Yes.
Hey, it actually worked today. So, no, I'm excited to be on here tonight. And honestly, for us, my husband and I both started on the BioRes, and we've had fantastic results from day one on the products. But I will say the very thing I noticed first with myself was the craving control, because I have 2 boys, snacks all over the place, which I know is my fault. I'm by them, right? But I haven't wanted those. And I felt like the BioRes Thermo actually gave me back control over food versus the food controlling me. So if I was bored, I ate. If they were eating, I was eating. If it was sitting out, I was eating. I tell myself not to do it, and I just kept doing it. So what I found is the Thermo just took that away and I came back in control of that. So from doing that, I definitely started to see changes in myself, weight in my waist, in my body. But the sleep part is what has amazed me, because I haven't tried so many different things to try to get a good night's sleep. And that sleep is amazing. I will sleep all night long, maybe get up once or twice. And I definitely think it puts your body back into a rhythm. And that rhythm allows your body to work as it's supposed to. And because of that, I've lost 17 pounds. I feel amazing. I'm fitting in pants that I haven't worn for 5 years. I had a basket of pants that my husband kept saying, can we give these to the Salvation Army? And I'm like, no, not those. Like I'm tugging on them, like you can't have these, because I'm going to fit into them one day. And I can fit into those, but it's not just the pounds, because I actually weighed less when I wore those pants than I do now. I've just lost inches. So when I really went to try those on, I didn't think they were going to fit me yet, because I was looking at the number on the scale. But when I grabbed those pants out and put them on and they fit, I realized that I genuinely was losing inches all over my body. I could see it, like Shannon said, in my face and my upper body and my arms. But that was a true eye opener to me, because I realized the scale can be a little devious, and I've always known that. But that was proof in the pudding when I put those pants on, because I was probably 10 pounds lighter than I am right now, and they fit perfect. So I'm just thrilled with my results. My sleep's phenomenal. My husband's lost 12 pounds. He's feeling the same way. And I keep telling him he's losing his dad bod. He was creating a dad bod and he's losing his dad bod. So we're both thrilled with our results and the products, and we're getting, from the people that we're sharing it with, they're getting the same results. So it's exciting to be able to change other people's lives as this has changed ours. So thanks for having me on to share with you tonight, but we love it.
That's great, Nikki. That's
Thank
awesome.
Now, another thing about sleep, Kim, that a lot of people don't realize is the cells that we have in our brain, in between our ears, there's 80 billion of them roughly, and they produce a lot of excess pollution, if you will, because when cells burn fuel for energy, they create these byproducts that come out all throughout our body. But especially the cells in the brain area, they work harder. And the only way that excess pollution, if you will, gets washed out is through the lymph system. And it only does it when you're in a deeper state of sleep. So that's another important factor, especially as people, they want to be sharp when they get older. They need to make sure that they get that deep sleep. But the other thing is that catabolic state, when we start to diet and we break down muscle, that is not good. And as you were talking about with the muscle weighing more than fat, so Nikki is saying she didn't see as much on the scale, but she saw the inches go away. So that's another thing. But tell everybody a little bit about the visceral fat around the organs and why that's important to get rid of.
Yeah, no, it's awesome when your body has the wherewithal to target the visceral fat instead of targeting your lean muscle mass. And that has been a problem with some dieting programs and even just using various supplements, and where you start to get the plateau, because ultimately that visceral fat around the organs is really detrimental to the communication that your nervous system has with those organs. And once people begin to deal with visceral fat, it's an absolute game changer as far as just overall supported energy throughout the day and night, and the ability to actually get that rest. So yeah, in ways, what we're ultimately doing is really helping support the body, find what do we need to cut out and what do we need to support. And when your body's natural energy systems are in alignment, they're flowing the way that they're designed to flow, the body's able to address what needs to be addressed with more efficiency. And that's what you're seeing in this case.
Great. Bring on our last testimonial for this Zoom, and it's Laura. And as soon as she comes on as a panelist, she's going to share her BioRes experience with everybody. Laura, thank you for being on here and being willing to share with everybody what has happened in your body with BioRes.
Thanks, Steve, for having me. I was introduced to Aloe Vera from Dr. Wilson. I've only been part of Aloe Vera for just a couple of months. But when Dr. Thomas and Pamela shared with me that they were working on a project with an international company that nourishes children globally and offers BioRes products, I was so excited. I've been a patient and a friend of Dr. Thomas's for almost 15 years. I've had the opportunity to learn from him as well. And so when I saw the opportunity of nutrition and knowing what this revolutionary opportunity was, I am just ecstatic. So I am going to read my notes a bit because I don't want to forget some of the most important points. But as far as knowing that he makes the best products that works because he cares, I've been blessed for many years with it. So I have to tell you, when I tried BioRes, I am in love. I understand how it works neurologically, and my results just keep getting better. I have had better sleep than I have for years. I only wake up 1 or 2 times a night, and I was up 5 or 6 times a night. It was crazy. And now I don't even require that much sleep. I wake up before my alarm and I feel rested. I have a job that starts really early. My job requires much attention to detail. I have extreme multitasking. It's very fast paced with deadlines all day. I feel like I can stay calm and productive. And I actually have consistent brain energy left over for the day. I almost feel like when I take the thermal spray, I feel like my brain is an energized bunny and it just keeps going. And I thought that maybe it would change after a week or 2 weeks. It just keeps getting better. And I've been using BioRes for a couple of months. So I'm super excited about that. Another thing for me was the cravings. I have absolutely no cravings. I can't believe that my choices of food just keeps getting better. I crave good foods for me, and it's something that I don't even want all of those other things. I just want what's good for my body, and it's helping me recognize what's good. And so as far as my results, I've had great results, but even my family is having amazing results. My daughter, she sleeps so well. She doesn't even wake up and having nightmares anymore. And that's huge. My mom, she's in her 70s and she is getting around better all day long. She sleeps well at night without having her legs hurting. And I feel like even our conversations are better. So for me, having my whole family get great results is just huge. I know that because of Dr. Thomas's time and his compassion, his kindness, his love, and his spiritual connection, he puts all that into his products. And that's what makes a difference. And that's why we feel different. Dr. Wilson's brilliance is that he knows what to formulate by the reality of the day, because his goal is to help us to have a better day. He truly cares. He says it all the time that he just wants to help us have a better day. And I feel like I have a better day every day. So I'm just excited to see what the next few months, next few years on BioRes does. I know that having even more coming out is super excited for me. With all that, I just have complete confidence. I want everyone to know, because I know who Thomas is, that these products work, and Dr. Thomas is bringing to Aloe Vera just a true gift. So I'm just super excited to be part of it.
Well, and we're super excited to have you as part of it. So thank you for sharing your story tonight. And you have a lot of experience with Dr. Wilson yourself there, Cam, now, where you've been working very closely with him. And one of the interesting things about what Laura said as far as sleep goes. You know, there are a lot of different sleep products in the marketplace, and people try them and they end up feeling groggy and sluggish throughout the day. And that's because they're doing something to alter their physiology to get that sleep versus supporting physiology for sleep. So these BioRes products actually support physiology, right?
Yeah, so it's the difference between thinking about things and Steve, I like to say that you and Sam do a great job speaking biochemistry, that language fluently. Whereas I feel like Dr. Wilson is one of those guys, one of the rare gems of humans that I've ever met that has the ability to speak fluently in biochemistry and really body electric language, because they're two different. They work obviously completely in tandem with one another, but the fact that really the body electric is the core foundation for all of that. And if you can find how to support the natural, basically the natural energy channels of the body electric, this is where you start to like see major differences than trying to create a biochemical compound to basically alter, like you said, alter the brain physiology and get a desired outcome or desired result. And there's also a level of, if you're doing that enough, when most people can try a product and they can feel it and it works great, maybe for a little bit of time, and then all of a sudden it's not working the same way because, you know, you're pulling the slot machine constantly, telling the brain maybe to do the same thing. And ultimately, after a while, it's not going to give you the same result, or you're going to get that plateau. You're going to feel that you got to switch something up or do something differently. But if you're addressing the body electric system, which predetermines and governs everything that happens in biochemistry, this is where I think what makes Dr. Wilson's products so special, and why to me it was an absolute game changer and a paradigm in the way that we view supplementation as a whole. Being able to really create products from a place where we're using, you know, tangible structured energy sources and delivering them straight into the human to support a very unique set of circumstances for every single person. And Dr. Wilson will say this often when he's speaking, and I love it, but the concept of adaptability and variability is really at the heart of everything that that he's building with his products. How can I help contribute to a person's ability to become more adaptable and variable in this day and age? Because as things are shifting and technology demands more of us, our jobs demand more of us, just the times in general demand more of us, we have to have the ability to adapt, and we have to have the ability to flow in and out of our energy systems and not get stuck. Because when you get stuck, that's when everything gets stagnant.
Yeah. So bioresonance brings us bioresilience in reality. And there are so many products out there that try to trick the body. We're not trying to trick the body. We're trying to support the body's natural physiology with all of our products at Alovea. So Cam, I appreciate you being on. And listen, if you were invited to listen to this Zoom and hear these testimonials, get back with the person who invited you to hear it and find out how you can make BioRes part of your body's support system. And you will feel different. You will feel better with these products, and you will thank that person for sharing with you. Cam, anything else to close us out?
No, sir. I think that's it for the evening. Those are awesome testimonials tonight, though. Awesome.
Very much so. Thank you to everybody for being on. And of course, thank you, Cam, as well. God bless you all. We'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Thanks, Steve.